all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights.
Life, liberty, and the pursuit of power.
If liberty means anything at all, it means the right to tell people what they do not want to hear.
Make America great again.
The Big Mig.
Oops.
Well, welcome back to the Big Mig Show. I'm your host, Lance Miliaggio, with my co-host, George Valentine. We've got a snow delay. That's why we delayed the start. We have a snow delay at George's place. Of course, better be hurt by the truth than comforted with a lie. It's the edge of the knife. It's Monday morning, rise and grind, tip of the spear. You know how we do it on this show. We're still going after everybody. We're still trying to fix the country. And, we're still having some fun doing it. I don't know how much fun George is having today, but George B., my brother. What's up, buddy? How are you, man?
I'm all right, I guess. I don't know. I'm all right. Rough weekend.
Do I sense a little weather grumpiness? It's a little rough there, man. That's brutal. You guys are getting pounded.
Yeah, we are. Should I play?
Crazy.
I got 2 videos.
Yeah, hey, listen.
I got the front and the backyard.
What do they call it? They're calling it a cyclone blizzard. I don't even know what the hell a cyclone blizzard is. But it doesn't look good.
Airs mommy, where do you live? That's a little too much information for you right now, Airs mommy. Too much. I live in North New Jersey. That's where I live. All right, let me play. We can talk. There's no audio, so.
Okay. Cyclone blizzard. George Valentine snowed in. He's got all kinds of plows. They're screwing him up. Of course, they're blocking his driveway. That's not a lot of fun. That's how they do it in New York. And then you got to, you get done shoveling and then they plow and they
here's
get
the
more
backyard
snow.
so people could see.
Jeez. How much are you supposed to, it's still coming down hard, right?
Oh, yeah. It's going to be like this.
And how much are you supposed to get? Any idea?
Yeah, man. You never shut up. It's supposed to be coming down like this till 6 p.m., so I don't know. Who knows?
Yep. A lot of shoveling, be working the back out, getting some conditioning in, but that's not the way to do it. You got to do it in the gym.
Do you prepper bar? Because I got to fix something.
Yeah, of course. Let's give the prepper bar. Now, listen, for everybody out there, I checked the prices. Gold, $5,223. Silver's on its way back up. You could have made some money over the weekend. I think it was 77 or 78 on Friday. It's 86 or 7 right now. George and I love our gold and silver. We love our crypto. And if you're not checking out our #1 crypto show on Rumble, the Crypto Power Hour, that's Wednesdays at 7 a.m. and Fridays at 7 a.m. Show's just crushing it. We really appreciate the support from Rumble and locals, but top 3 in the nation right now, it looks like, also based on views. So, all right. So listen, gold and silver. The guys at Genesis Gold Group, we love these guys. They've been with us the longest, of course, trusted, been in the business for decades. Jonathan Rose and the team. You got to look at this, baby. They invented this. It's called the Prepper Bar. It's a 62.2 gram bar, available in gold and silver, in stock right now. The great thing about this is, what are you going to do, walk around with a 1 ounce coin and a pair of tin snips? No, you're not. The Romans used to cut off pieces. Some of it was for scamming. Some of it was for payments. Here's the way to do it. You just snap off a small piece to make a payment. There's 3 separate denominations. Of course, that fits a multitude of needs, and I don't care whether it's for diversification, asset protection from inflation, economic turmoil, or in the case of the Prepper Bar, it's very unique utility for barter and trade. Makes a perfect gift for everybody. You don't have to just be a precious metal lover. At these prices, who's going to be unhappy about getting some gold and silver? I still have gold and silver my dad gave me when I was a child. That's how it is. You get it. You hold on to it just in case. Now, these babies are exclusively mined and minted in the great US of A. They're always selling out fast. They just got to restock a silver. I talked to Jonathan over the weekend. Here's the deal. Head over to thebigmigbar.com. Pick up a few. You can stick them in your gun safe, your safety deposit box. They fit neatly in your wallet. You stash them just in case you need them. And, of course, their utility enables use in every situation you could possibly need to make a payment, just in case our $40 trillion debt U.S. currency isn't worth anything. Maybe your credit cards aren't working. Who knows what happens to the banking system? Of course, the judiciary thinks we shouldn't have tariffs. One of the dumbest rulings I've ever seen. I don't care what the law is. That's one of the best moves this administration's made. And I'm not saying all their moves have been great. I'm saying great move. They want to stop it. Head over to thebigmigbar.com. That's right, thebigmigbar.com. Promo code, all caps Prepper, 10% off on the silver, 5% off on the gold. And that's all caps PRE, 2 P's in the middle, PPER. That's Prepper, bigmigbar.com. Or you can choose to go to the 888-526-7154. 888-526-7154, bigmigbar.com.
Break me off a piece of that prepper bar.
You can always tell when George doesn't do the jingle, he's a little, you could tell he's hating the weather. I don't blame him.
No,
it's
not
brutal
the,
on my
it's not the
joints.
weather. I just had a really rough weekend. Not the weather.
Oh, I'm sorry, man.
No, it's all right. Let's go.
Sorry you had a tough weekend. My weekend was just busy. I was running in all directions.
Yep.
Trying to do some work on my mom's condo and, getting that emptied out. And it's just, it's tough. Very tough. Anyway, so, of course, lots of big news in the cycle as always, because it's Monday morning. You wouldn't expect anything less. It's not all about the weather by George. Let's talk about the biggest identity leak in U.S. history. 1 billion personal data records exposed. Now, this is big news. I'm not sure why mainstream media is not all over this. Now, listen to this number, George. George, what's the population in the U.S. right now? Is it 335 million? Am I right about that?
Something like that, yeah. Give or take. I don't know. We got wait.
Yeah.
How many illegals did Trump get rid of? Maybe 329.
Well, but
330, bro. Let's just go with 330.
Here's my question. I don't even know. Does anybody in the audience know? If you do in the chat, tell me, because I don't really know. Are they counting all the illegals in the 335? Is that included?
They count them in whatever the consensus is. So the Democrats put them in the consensus so they get the votes and shit. So yeah, probably.
Yeah, but what if those people just don't turn in their consensus of their polling? What if they're trying to hide and they don't want people to know?
I don't know.
I'm curious. I think the number's higher, but I don't really know. I'd like somebody that did know to tell me.
349 million.
Really?
Yeah.
340. Okay. So of those records, listen to this, 204 million U.S. identities were leaked.
Pretty much all the adults.
I mean, wow. That is crazy. Now, I looked around. I can't find a bigger leak in history. There's been some big leaks, but this is a monster.
Well, this is really, it's over 1 billion records worldwide. Not only the United States, everybody, it's a lot of countries. I'm a selfish bastard. I'm worried about our Americans. I'm just saying, though.
I'm worried about the Americans. You know what? I'm happy the French identities were leaked.
China, too. China, yeah. All those countries, yeah. Fucked up.
So this is personal data records. I guess they were exposed by IDMerit. This is a company that specializes in AI-based identity verification. So IDMerit was supposed to secure all these identity checks, and now is the cause of the largest personal data leak in recent history, probably global history. 1/8 of humanity compromised. Now, George, this is crazy. Here's a company that's supposed to be securing the identity, and part of this is KYC, know your client data, I understand. So I don't know how many people that are in the crypto world's identity got leaked, which could be really dangerous. No, I'm not saying it was seed phrases. I haven't heard that yet. But they leaked full names, George, postal addresses, dates of birth, phone numbers, and emails, passport copies, ID cards, and official documents from 26 different countries. That doesn't sound good. A lot of those IDs have your social security number on it, especially if it's your passport. I mean, this is some serious shit right here. And I'm kind of surprised it hasn't been all over the place. It almost seems like IDMerit is doing a good job of stifling the press. I don't know why they aren't telling people. You'd think that people would start wanting to add some additional layers of security to their credit cards and the rest of it. So if you don't have Credit Watch or something on your credit bureau, for our audience, I guess the rest of the world will have to hope to wish they'd watch the Big Ming Show. You better do something about it.
I have George, a question. Did you say consensus or did I say? I thought I said the census. We say consensus? Somebody said?
I didn't say consensus.
I don't know.
You might have. I didn't really notice. I might have thought you said census and you said consensus. I don't know.
Well, the census.
If somebody in the audience caught it, we probably did.
Somebody did because they said something. So letting me know. Yeah. I appreciate you.
Yeah, we appreciate you telling us. Sometimes, couple of guys from back east, we might say some dumb shit once in a while. Who knows? We make a mistake. It happens.
It's every day
but
for
at the
you.
end of the
But,
day,
all right.
yeah, the census. But I wonder, when people are here illegal, do they really want to participate in a census? Do they just shred it and throw it in the trash? I hate those things anyway. When they come to the house, they irritate me. But look, this is serious. So if you got credit card accounts in your bank, you might want to check on adding whatever you can for additional layers. What is it called? Two-person or authentication. George, you use it. What is that called? You use a lot of that.
Two-step.
Two-step authentication. That's right.
I use biometrics.
Yeah.
Hold on. It's the census came in the chat. We both said consensus.
Oh,
but,
did we?
But here's a good thing from Ears Mommy. What's truly more accurate is consensus. It's a con. It's a good one. I like that
the
shit.
Scam census. All right.
Let's just go with consensus.
So here's the deal. At the end of the day, it's one of those things that I think you guys should be aware of it. I don't know why. Why do you think mainstream media is ignoring this kind of, George? They seem to be kind of like not putting it up.
I don't know. Maybe because of Epstein. Possible attack on Iran. Let me see what else. Oh, Mexico's overrun by drug cartels. I mean, I can go on and on.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff in the news.
Why does the mainstream media never report on a lot of things? Because they suck.
So if you have family in Mexico, 123 million records, Philippines, 72 million, Germany, 60 million, France, 52 million. And these are ultra-sensitive records. I guess they came from a lot of mandatory KYC, like I said, from banks, fintech companies, financial companies, of course, insurance firms, telecom operators. So really a wide swathe of information to a lot of it. So you'll have to check on that, authentication process to see if you've added it. So I guess they discovered, so this is what happened. So researchers discovered an entire one, I guess it's called a MongoDB database, 1 terabyte, completely open on the internet, no password, no encryption. So this was a catastrophic configuration error, probably some programmer that you screwed the pooch.
No. You know what happened?
Yeah.
It wasn't a security breach. It wasn't a hack. It was nothing. They just left it open.
No, I know.
Which
I'm
is
just saying somebody working for the company left it open.
Yeah, it was just a dumb, tarded mistake.
Yeah.
I mean, it happens that you have human error, but maybe they need to when there's no activity, set it where it automatically locks. You need to get the password to go back in.
You would think.
Just saying. It's
going to allow for a lot of sophisticated potential bank fraud. Going to be ultra targeted phishing because they're going to have all your data. So if they were trying to fish for the last couple of pieces they need, they'd be able to say, well, are you this person, date of birth, blah, blah, blah. I mean, it would sound very convincing. I mean, this is like a digital earthquake. I don't know, again, why we haven't heard more about this.
For people to understand this, think of your house, and you're leaving your house, but you leave your door wide open. Open, like there it is, wide open. This is what happened. Just so somebody in case they don't understand. They left the digital door open. I don't know. Maybe
pretty dumb.
Yeah.
Make some moves today. Protect yourself.
Dumb.
Yeah.
Is it dumb? Is it lazy? Is it incompetence? All the above?
Now, there is one way, because again, if they got your passport, that means they got your social security number. I would recommend you can lock down your credit bureaus. And if somebody does apply for new credit, a new credit card, because they have enough data to do it, change your address, whatever, that will stop them. So you can lock down your credit bureaus. You might contact the main bureaus and lock them down to begin with. Pain in the ass. That'll mean every time somebody wants to do a check, you'll have to approve it. It adds an extra layer, but you might give that real consideration because, of course, identity theft, it's a pain in the ass. It'll screw up your credit bureau for a while. It'll be a real nightmare for you. And, of course, you don't want them to be able to get in your bank accounts or otherwise. That makes it even worse and more dangerous. So, George, I know you love Islamization. You love it. But this is really ridiculous.
Tread carefully, Lance. Tread very carefully.
Can anybody explain to me why the hell this is even going on, George?
I want to know how the people of Texas even allow this. I mean, if that's the most pro 1 and 2 amendments. I mean, state in the country, I think.
But this is all over the nation, right?
No, this is Texas.
No, but they fund this $4 billion. So what we're talking about, guys, is $4 billion of our taxes has been
nationwide.
routed
I'm
to
sorry.
Islamic entities nationwide. I mean, explain to them. I don't really get this. I don't understand. Did $4 billion go out to the Christian, community?
No, they were too busy arresting Christian families and stuff. But Texas, they say, is ground zero. That's what they're saying. There's over 330 mosques that are, that are rapidly expanding. Jeez. There's 650 plus Islamic, listen to this, nonprofits operating there in Texas, more than any other state. Wow. I don't know how many people in the audience, I'm going to ask this question. Maybe you guys can let me know. How many people have been to the Middle East in our audience? I don't know. I know maybe a lot of the combat veterans have been, but how about regular people? How many people have been to the Middle East and observed Islam up close? George has. There's one. How many other people? Chat, let us know. I'd like to know. Jump into the chat, comment and reply. Let's move us up into the Rumble rankings. All that stuff goes in the algorithm. So leave a comment. But my question is, if you haven't seen these people up close, and I'm not saying it's all of them, but it is a large majority. If you haven't seen how they treat their women, their children, how they treat dogs, as an example, because you know what they think Sharia law thinks about dogs. They think they're a dirty animal. They're okay with cats, but they are not okay with dogs. I have to tell you that I just don't see how we can live with them. They may be on their best behavior, maybe here in the United States in the beginning, but extremist Islamic, leadership always gets in there and they always push it one way or the other. So listen to this. Over 330 mosques expanded in Texas, 650 Islamic nonprofits. That's more than any other state. What the frick, Abbott? What are you doing down there? And why is our government giving away $4 billion to Islamist influenced, entities? I don't understand this. I really don't get it. I don't know why the hell we're doing it. We've already seen the invasion in, France, in England, and we've seen it in Italy. Are you guys seeing what's happening in those countries? They're losing everything. I mean, they're getting more and more stabbings because, of course, a lot of those countries don't have any guns. So the UK doesn't matter. They're having discussions about you'd have to register your kitchen knives there, just like they do in China, where you have to register a kitchen knife. I mean, that's just got to be the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. This is just crazy. And this finance, Sharia compliant finance, is growing through banks and scholars. I mean, you see how they're funneling the money out of the country. You just saw what the Somalians just did, all the theft. And they're not the only ones, by the way. It's not just Somalians that have figured out how to game our system. But we're funding mega projects, school infiltrations, unauthorized dawah, halal menus, prayer rooms, influence campaigns trying to accelerate the shift. I don't think this is neutral aid. I don't see $4 billion. I didn't hear the Catholic Church got $4 billion. I didn't hear the Christian community got $4 billion. I mean, if this isn't like a real, influence campaign that's one-sided, and it's our money. They're using tax dollars. So now all of a sudden Texas, which has always been a great state, it's Islam's top U.S. target epicenter for settlement enclaves. I mean, if that doesn't trend towards long-term dominance, I mean, George, you tell me. I think this is so extreme, and it's really disgusting. It is. Once they conquer Texas, then they'll go on to the next big, rich, red state. But, yeah. Let me play the clip. You don't believe us? I got the clip to show you. Don't. Yeah,
Texas is ground zero for the Islamic conquest of America. We are deep into a 1,400-year Islamic immigration conquest pattern, a patient, relentless strategy of settlement, infiltration, and eventual dominance. The Muslim Brotherhood's 1991 explanatory memorandum entered in federal court calls it a, quote, civilization jihadist process to destroy the West from within. That plan has been capturing Texas for over 35 years. We now have over 330 mosques. CARE calls them, quote, our infrastructure. Erdogan calls them, quote, our barracks. At least 650 Islamic nonprofits channeling influence. Dozens of Islamic scholars and banks promoting Sharia compliance finance. More than $4 billion in taxpayer funds routed to Islamic entities since 2017. Our own money fueling our demise.
So, Lance, you asked me a question earlier. Why is this happening? Well, guess what? It's happening because one of Abbott's big donors just happens to be a Muslim.
Here's a guy.
I ain't making it up.
Going to fix Texas, and one of his biggest donors is a Muslim Pakistani. Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah. So he had 50 mosques open in Dallas, Fort Worth area in the last 24 months. That's a lot of fucking mosques.
Are they
His
playing
large Governor
playing
Abbott's
the prayer call yet?
I don't know. Who knows? Governor, listen, speaking of that, hold on. You know, the prayer corps has been going out in Dearborn, Michigan. They're now doing it in New York City. So don't say we didn't tell you so. So Abbott's largest donor is a Muslim Pakistani who's actually given him more than 14 million, including, I think, 2 million this year alone.
Wow.
And there you have it. So when it comes, all my Texas people and whoever's watching this show, send this out to all your friends. There's a couple primaries coming up. What's his name, Lance? Doc what? Doc P. Chambers is primarying Abbott. He's a veteran. He's America first all the way. Make sure you tell your friends or whoever to vote for him. I think what's going to happen is in order to get the primary, you have to have 50% of the vote. And there's I think 3 or 4 people primarying. So it's probably going to get diluted and the 2 highest go to a runoff. So be prepared. If I have this video, I'm going to play it. This chick's on point right here. Gotta give her credit.
I'm going to tell you why it's always important to follow the money. And we're going to start with a Pakistani man named Syed Havad Anwar. Now, Anwar was elected to the Texas Board of Higher Education in 2015 by Greg Abbott. Now, who is this random Pakistani man? He's actually the owner of Midland Energy. Midland Energy obviously produces oil and gas for the state of Texas, and although appointed in 2015 to the Texas Board of Higher Education, in 2020 you'll be glad to know that he was Greg Abbott's top donor of $5,599,500 for the 2020 election. But wait, it gets better, because in 2024 he was also the top donor with $6,120,268. But wait, it gets even better, because in Greg Abbott's current election cycle, this man has already became the top donor with a whopping $2,897,086. Wow. Now, with a Pakistani man being his top donor, you don't bite the hand that feeds you. So if you're ever sitting here questioning why Greg Abbott isn't putting a stop to the Islamic invasion happening in Texas, there's your answer.
There's your answer. So,
it is
and you know what's amazing, Lance?
Yeah.
Because what made me look is, Trump endorsed Abbott, right?
Of course.
Of course. Well, we know Trump gets his endorsements wrong. And Lance, please tell us why. What happened in Colorado recently?
Well, he figured out that John Hurd had his endorsement in Colorado. We knew he was a rhino. Hurd was not pro-Trump, but because he voted on the big, beautiful bill, I believe he negotiated Trump's support for voting for the bill. And what did Trump find out? Of course, Hurd comes out of the gate supporting the Supreme Court's ruling on the anti-tariff BS. You saw all kinds of shitheads coming out of the woodwork, including Mike Pence. But Hurd got caught. It proved that he wasn't really a loyalist, a Trump loyalist, a real Republican. He was more of a rhino. And he said he was happy that the Supreme Court had ruled against Trump. Trump got wind of it, thankfully, and pulled the endorsement. But this is standard. There's too many people that get Trump's endorsement because they negotiate for it. They say, well, I'll vote for this for you, but only if you do this. Because a lot of times those endorsements, they don't come cheap. Takes a lot of money behind the scenes for people to say, hey, you should endorse this guy. Of course, that's paid for. They're paid influence. That's how lobbying works, even within the endorsement world. There was a time when I understood to get a Trump endorsement, it was $1 million minimum that had to be moved around, whether it was a contribution or otherwise. I understand that's somewhat changed now. I'm not sure that the Trump endorsement has the value, the instant win value it used to. But the good news is Hope Scheppelman, who's been on our show, she's running for Congress in Colorado. She's a real America First patriot. We had her on the show because I really believe that Hope is legitimate. So if you're in Colorado, check out Hope Scheppelman. If you can donate to her campaign, if you can do anything to support her, maybe even, make phone calls or whatever. I'm telling you right now, we definitely don't need her. Colorado's already fricked up enough as it is. I mean, the leadership here is just awful. Look what they're still doing to poor Tina Peters. And I don't see the administration making moves like they should. They seem to be wallowing a law. Jenna Griswold, I think they should have brought charges up against her and at least soiled her reputation. She's trying to run for higher office. And if you've ever seen Old Crazy Eyes, she's a real POS. And she's the reason, right? And, of course, you got the mayor and the governor, 2 more shitheads. But Hope could make a difference in this state. She has good intent. I appreciate the way that she's, what she looks at things in the country. She's a real fact finder, really intelligent. And if you didn't catch that episode, you can go back and watch it. But so if you're in Colorado, get a hold of Hope Scheppelman's campaign people, see what you can do to help.
Do to help. That's right. So Doc P. Chambers for Texas for governor, and Hope Scheppelman for Scheppelman for Congress. I don't know. I'm bad with names, man. All right.
That's okay.
I hope if anybody had a trip coming up to Mexico, I wouldn't go. Yep. Don't go to Cancun. Don't go to Cancun. What's the other one, the hot spot they go to?
No, it's Puerto Vallarta.
I'm talking about where people go to the beach and stuff, bro.
Cozumel.
No.
Cancun, Cozumel, Puerto Vallarta, Mazatlan.
Maybe
those are the top ones.
I don't know. I would cancel.
But
I would cancel it. Listen, if I was airlines, I wouldn't even fly my planes into freaking Mexico.
Airlines agree with you. They've already started canceling. But here's the good news.
See?
Here's the good news. The all-inclusive packages to Mexico right now are dramatically discounted. You can head right down there, but I don't know if you're going to have to take your body armor with you. I don't know if you can take your guns to Mexico. I don't believe you're allowed to do that. So if you're going to go to one of those all-inclusives, these are the guys you're going to be going up against. And what are we talking about?
Wait, those aren't military soldiers right there?
No, that is not a special forces operator from one of the elite U.S. divisions.
I'm talking about from Mexico, bro.
And George, you're going to remember this. We warned the U.S. government about this. We even sent them because we had a source in Mexico that we're going to talk about after the break that had given us a lot of information about how well equipped certain cartels were, and the CNJG, who are loaded with ex-special forces, ex-law enforcement, and they bring in mercenaries from around the globe to train their guys.
Wait.
We told the administration these guys were armed to the teeth.
Hold on.
They had APVs from South Africa.
Here's a picture of Mexican soldiers, right?
No, those aren't Mexican soldiers.
Really? What are they, Lance? Please tell the audience.
Once again, CNJG with a anti-drone equipment.
Wait,
These guys are serious. They're using technology at the top of the game. They've got weapons, Barrett 50 cals. They've got Browning 50 cals.
Lance.
They've got quad mono goggles they bought on the dark web straight out of Afghanistan.
Slow your roll. So that's an anti-drone thing. Is that they're going to use that anti-drone to shoot this drone right here?
No, because that's their drone.
What?
They would never shoot their own drones because those are drones that are carrying C4 explosives.
Say it ain't so, Joe.
They're manufacturing their own demo charges. You can see right there, those look like rounds from a mortar. And they're using drones now to attack not only other cartel members, but law enforcement, to the point that law enforcement in Mexico said, we are outgunned. We're going to need serious military force, and there are some military contractors that are negotiating right now with the Mexican government because they need special forces quality.
Lance?
That's how skilled these cartel members are, this particular cartel division. Now, I'm not saying the cartels.
Lance, can you hear me, Lance?
I'm sorry, George, what?
Can you hear me? I'm fucking trying to talk to you. Are you like deaf?
Oh, I'm sorry. You know what? My audio for some reason dropped. Go ahead.
You said that they got they're hiring soldiers and this and that. So are these American soldiers over there in Mexico? Who are these?
No.
No,
That
come
is
on.
a picture.
Come on.
Those are American soldiers, but
Oh.
that is a picture. You're jumping the gun here just a little bit. That is a picture. If you looked at the title on it. So here's something that's really unsettling. Not only are these guys extremely well equipped, USA Today published a story that got whitewashed. I don't think anybody was really paying attention because I even missed it. Now, George, you'll remember that we talked about on a show about, I bet it was about 8 months ago, and maybe 9 months ago, and we talked about this specific cartel and how well armed they were because we had gotten some intel from a source I have who's been working with the cartels for probably 2 decades now. Kind of a dark guy that I've known for years and years and years, but a good guy, but not necessarily good in the way that he makes his money. They caught, now listen to this. The authorities confiscated 2 Javelin anti-tank missiles, U.S. anti-tank missiles, from a faction of the New Generation Jalisco cartel. So stay tuned. When we come back, we're going to talk about the sophistication of this cartel and how dangerous they really are. I know we're focused on Iran. I know it's imminent that we're going to be raiding Iran, but you're going to want to hear the rest of this. The Big Mig show will be right back with George Ballantyne, Lance Meadow. When we're on the break, please, a lot of you have been doing it. Take the live link, share it on all your social media. Tell them to get over here because we're trying to help you guys. We're trying to tell you about identity theft. We're trying to tell you how dangerous one of our neighbors is when it comes to these cartels. This is an important discussion. Get them over here. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Shake it for the cam. Let me see it with no hands. Got covered up in bands. Shake it for the cam. Let me see it with no hands.
Oops.
Are you ready to stand up for your community and support your local sheriff? Join the Constitutional Sheriffs and Peace Officers Association and become a vital member of the Sheriff's Citizens Posse. At CSPOA.org, we empower citizens like you through weekly webinars, arming you with the knowledge to back your constitutional county sheriff. Together, we can uphold our Constitution and ensure liberty and justice for all. Your community needs you now more than ever. Visit CSPOA.org and join the Sheriff's Citizens Posse today. Make a difference. Stand for freedom. That's CSPOA.org. Your country, your fight, your future.
What if you could predict your financial future? And what if you could trade on it? Introducing Block Trust IRA, the future in your hands. An astonishing 88,000 millionaires were created last year from the Bitcoin boom, and you could be next. Block Trust IRA is the only crypto management firm powered by AI-driven strategies, ranked #1 in the world by Bitcoin Magazine. The Block Trust IRA platform is built for everyone, from first-time buyers to seasoned investors. Predictive AI technology that was once only reserved for insiders and elites is now available to you. It's time to leave the old buy and hold strategies behind. Your assets are protected with military-grade security, offline cold storage, and $200 million in insurance. Visit BlockTrustIRA.com to book your free consultation and ask how to claim up to $2,500 in deposit bonuses today. Bitcoin changed the game. AI changes the strategy.
Hi folks, I'm here today to introduce you to the Prepper Bar from PrepperBar.com, the most unique precious metals product we have seen in a long time. These 62-gram bars are perforated and easily broken down into your choice of 3 different sizes to fit a multitude of needs. Whether it be from asset protection from inflation, economic turmoil, or its unique utility for barter and trade, the Prepper Bar makes a perfect gift for all the precious metal lovers out there. Exclusively made here in the USA and selling out fast. Available in both gold and silver, these slim Prepper Bars fit neatly in your wallet, and their utility enables use in any situation.
Forged through rigorous training and honed by the finest instructors on Earth, these canine units serve beside our nation's warriors as they fight to preserve what we cherish. When these warriors complete their duty, the Warrior Dog Foundation provides them with a home deserving of the service they've given us all. At our state-of-the-art kennels, they receive rehabilitation and care suitable for heroes, because that's what they are. Be a part of giving them a future today. Visit warriordogfoundation.org.
All right, welcome back to the Big Mig Show. Here with your host, Lance Migliaccio, George Ballantine. Ooh, shit, did I lose my thing there? I did. Fuck. All right, whatever. Big Mig Mafia's in chat, Big Mig Army. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button to like, follow, share. And there's a button that says subscribe. Listen, if you can, we appreciate it. $5 a month truly helps out. A lot of overhead. It's a lot of shit everywhere. But every little bit helps. But most importantly, your support, I love the most. And a shout out to our sponsor, BlockTrustIRA.com. They're bringing access to cryptocurrency wealth to everyday Americans. It's BlockTrustIRA.com. Their exclusive anonymous AI training platform works 24/7, analyzing market data and executing advanced crypto strategies that go far beyond buy and hold. Sorry for Lance blowing his nose while I'm doing this. This sophisticated technology, once reserved only for Wall Street insiders, and now it's available to you. And it's no surprise this system was named #1 crypto technology platform by Bitcoin Magazine out of more than 1,500 global competitors. Clients are already seeing over 250% returns on their investments, all with military-grade security and up to $200 million in insurance. Your wealth is fully protected. So don't wait. Visit BigMakeCrypto.com today and see how you can join this financial revolution and finally giving everyday Americans access to a crypto opportunity of a lifetime. Once again, visit BigMakeCrypto.com today and you can get up to $2,500 of free crypto. I don't know what happened to my QR code. I'll get it back tomorrow. $2,500 free crypto. BigMakeCrypto.com. Don't go there now. Go there later. What are you putting your hand up? You were blowing your nose.
I hit the mute button. I don't know why it didn't work. I actually had it red over here.
I don't know.
Apologize, guys. We'll go with my
I
sinuses.
don't know.
I don't know either.
But
I appreciate it. Sorry
so it's funny. I want to talk about you because you brought up Iran right before the break. I'm going to say something.
Yeah.
So you remember he's a former CIA intel officer,
John Carrico.
John Carrico, and he just put out a post, I think Sunday or Saturday, something. Say he got it from a White House source that the U.S. is going to hit Iran by Tuesday, and I'm going to tell you why that's not true. Listen to me. Not going to happen because you have the State of the Union address Tuesday night. Trump wants to focus on that. And any bad press they try to give him out of it, boom, Iran will come with, they'll hit Iran with the strike and that will take over that cycle. Also, he wants to be in a situation room with Vance and all the other people when they do hit. So listen to me. I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
What else was there? Something else. Oh, you know what's, wait. You know what's funny?
Yes,
so congratulations to all the Olympians that competed from all the countries. But the USA women's hockey team beat Canada for the gold medal, and the men's USA hockey team beat Canada for the gold medal. And Trump invited both of the teams to the State of the Union address. He actually, because Kash Patel was there. All right, he was there. He should have been maybe, I don't know, trying to find that lady from Arizona or something, or arrest some people, something. But he was there. Whatever. He's a hockey guy. I get it. And he called Trump, and Trump invited him. And it's fun. I can't remember his name now. The kid that scored the winning goal in overtime. You know, during that game, I don't know if it was the first period, he Canadian player high sticked him and knocked two of his teeth, broke two of his front teeth.
Yeah.
What does the kid do? Comes back with the overtime goal, kicked their ass.
Yeah.
Imagine now, if any dentist company was smart, they would be calling his agent up right now to get a commercial. Think about it.
Yeah. I mean, I agree with you, but you got to give the resilience of that, right? Getting hit in the mouth with a stick. I never played hockey, but I knew a lot of hockey players, a lot of professional players over the years. And let me tell you, it's not just the knocking the teeth out. It's the trauma from getting hit with a puck or a stick. I mean, it is a serious blow. So the fact that kid came back and just hammered it, you gotta love the resilience of the American hockey team. Congratulations to them, and shame on the Huff Post. You guys freaking suck.
On who?
Everybody should send the Huff Post a scathing email about
What'd they do?
scumbags are. So they come out and they make this statement that I thought was just so offensive. They come out and they said, and I got to give it to this business. I'm going to give them a shout out because they come out and say the win, anybody that had pride in the Team USA hockey win is a clinical disorder. That basically we shouldn't be proud of our Olympians.
Get the fuck out. Huffington Post? Oh, listen, I'm
Huffington
proud.
Post.
So I got a clinical disorder. I don't know. I mean, I got the right shit.
Proud of the win.
Listen, I had a fucked up weekend. Now you just brought that up. So I'm not going to give in to the war within because there's definitely war within inside me. I'm definitely proud they won. You know, they haven't won the gold medal since the 80s when they beat Russia.
I know.
Bunch of college kids.
And listen, the hockey is a competitive medalist division. We've always struggled in that division because there are a lot of amazing hockey teams. I mean, let's face it, the Canadians play almost year round with their weather. You know how it is. Well, and at the end of the day, HuffPost, I would love our audience. I would love thousands of you to send them a nasty, shitty. If you were me, you'd probably use some profanity, but I'm not saying you have to do that. I'm saying tell them how much they suck.
Where did they do this, on X?
I don't know where they did it.
You know why they did it? Probably to get clicks and make money.
I don't know, but I want to give a shout out to a restaurant. Jimmy's Famous Seafood came out and he basically says, go fuck yourself. Now that's Jimmy's Famous Seafood. I want to get a location. We might even send him this little shout out, George. Maybe they're in your area. If anybody knows Jimmy's Famous Seafood, or you can find him online,
Jimmy's
go follow
Famous
him.
Seafood?
Yeah, Jimmy's Famous Seafood. I'm trying to look at, we have a location here. I don't know if we do. Hang on. Give me
No,
a
you
second.
talk. I'll look.
Okay, so let me say this. Here's my shout out. The Big Ming Show loves Jimmy's Famous Seafood. I love a guy that will go out there and tell these woke media jackasses what they really think.
Maryland? Baltimore?
Okay, so if you're in Maryland, support Jimmy's Famous Seafood. Okay, this is my take. George in New Jersey is a little far away, but maybe you have George come down. You can have an event and George can host the event for you. Jimmy's Famous Seafood. I agree with you. HuffPost from the Big Ming Show, George and Lance. Go fuck yourself, HuffPost. Okay? Because you guys suck.
I'm going to Maryland, Lance, to host his event. I'm going to eat all the seafood. Where am I staying? I need a place to stay.
I'm saying, so Jimmy's Famous Seafood, why don't you have a big event, a big pro hockey event, a big pro America event? George will come down and host. He loves seafood. He loves you, Jimmy. We love you. Great job. And anybody in the audience, go tell the HuffPost what you really think. You can go on X if you don't want to send them an email, but you ought to send email corporate. Make these fuckers apologize. This was a disgusting statement on the HuffPost. And this is what kind of a rag. They're in the same class as The View. Total garbage liars. Nobody should be reading any of their stuff. If you've ever followed them, please unfollow them. What a lousy thing to do. What a shitty, un-American thing to do.
You know what?
To not support our Olympians. These kids are just busting their asses. They bring home the gold, and you can't do anything but call it a clinical disorder? What a bunch of bastards.
You know what, Lance? Hold on a second. I'm going to put the clip up. Hold on.
Yeah.
From in the locker room with Trump on the phone. Give me 1 second, people.
This is cool. I love this part of Trump. I really do. Got to be honest. This is one thing I really do support him in, that he's always supporting our athletes. And it's important. These
Here we
guys
go. Ready?
commit their lives. Yeah.
1 minute. 1 minute. And by the way, your goalie played not bad. Howie, say hi. Howie, say hi to him. How you doing, Don? I have seen hockey goalies have slightly worse games. It's unbelievable, and you were all unbelievable. And that team is pretty good you played. I don't know if it's going to begin anytime soon, right? And, I tell you what, I just told my people 2 minutes ago, I didn't know they'd be calling. I said, we're giving the State of the Union speech on Tuesday night. I could send a military plane or something, but if you would like to, it's the coolest night, it's the biggest. We're in. Yeah. Can you pick us up in Miami on Tuesday morning? Yeah, Tuesday morning. Go to Northern Border. get cash and we'll get the military to get you guys over. Don't
I'm
worry
gonna
about
let's go.
Boys are going to the State of the Union.
The nice thing about being president is I can tell you, you don't have to worry about the weather or landing. So we don't care if it's snowing, if it's the worst blizzard, you'll be sailing through that sucker just like you did at the ice rink.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Now, we'll do it at the White House anytime. What would really be cool, and we'll do the White House the next day, we'll just have some fun. We have medals for you guys. And we have to, I must tell you, we're going to have to bring the women's team. You do know that. I do believe I probably would be impeached, okay? But anyway, if you could work that out, I would be honored to have you. I'll introduce you to the whole...
I got it, boss. I got it.
Okay, you got it, Cash.
I'm on it.
Cash is doing it. I'm happy.
I'm fucking on it.
Congratulations. That was an unbelievable game. I don't know if one person that wasn't... Everybody that called me said, I'm watching the hockey game. You know? I don't know if anybody that wasn't. And you're going to be proud of that game for 50 years as you grow older. I mean, it was amazing. So we love you guys. Congratulations. And I hope to see you, Cash, Tuesday night. And I want to shake hands. I'm going to shake hands with everybody. But I got to shake hands with that goalie.
We'll see you Tuesday night, Mr. President.
See you Tuesday night.
I'm driving the bus, boss. We're bringing the whole
You know, the NHL is like, damn, Trump just put a hamper because they're all supposed to fly back, right?
Yeah.
Like, they got to fly into Florida now and then fly out to wherever their team is playing because a lot of these guys are NHL players.
Yeah.
And so, but now they're going to go to the White House and not going to be going to their teams real quick. But you're talking about
really, who would pass that invite?
No,
right?
no, of course not. They can't. So most of the players, all NHL players, most of them, I believe, and some of the players they're born in the United States, but they play on Canadian teams because they got drafted. But they, no matter what, when they're all camaraderie. They all look out for each other. They're competitive when they play, but after the game, they all pull together. But the U.S. Goalie, he's the reason they won the gold. He played phenomenal. He made a save in the third period. I don't even know how he made the save. Unbelievable. But let me tell you something. You have the women's and men's gold the players, and they all love Trump, right? Mostly, I'm going to say. So if any Democrats get out of line, hockey players like to fight. They might just fight them, beat them up. Wouldn't that be funny?
Yeah, but what a great win, and even though of course we want Cash arresting people, after seeing that interaction, I guess probably he was asked to go there by Donald Trump would be and of course he loves hockey. Cash Patel plays hockey, so can't really blame him for wanting to be part of that. I mean, I guess I would have wanted to do the same thing. So I was kind of upset when I saw it originally, but now in that context, I got to retract how I felt about it. So let's go back to this Jalisco, the new generation Jalisco cartel in Mexico and what's going on there. Of course, what we're talking about is the cartel leadership was taken out. The head of the Jalisco cartel, he had a $15 million price on his head. There are some stories circulating that some podcaster, some Twitch streamer or Kick streamer is how they got the information. I don't know if that's true. That might just be clickbait. So I'm not going to go into too much detail. We're talking about El Mencho. Nemesio El Mencho Esquera Cervantes, powerful, long-pursued head of the Jalisco New Generation Cartel and one of the world's most wanted traffickers. He died following a Mexican military operation on Sunday. Of course, U.S. forces were allegedly involved. I don't have 100% confirmation of that. That's why the cartel has allegedly already taken some Americans hostage. This is extremely dangerous. We told you about this group, and this isn't an I told you so to the audience. This is an I told you so to the administration, that they were buying weapons. We had proof. We on that show, and George might have just corrected me. It might have been a year and a half ago when we did this, not 9 months, because George thinks it was during the Biden administration, and I think he's right. I think that he nailed it. I sometimes lose track of time because we cover so many stories, and that's why you're here on the Big Ring Show. We give you stories a lot of times before anybody else picks up on them, just like we did with that data dump just now. I'm sure all of a sudden it'll go mainstream and you'll hear more about it. But the point is, dangerous. Mexico, I've said it for months and months and months. Don't go there. Don't spend time. I think more Americans are going to get kidnapped because people are hunkered down. There are a lot of people that are down in Puerto Vallarta that have nowhere to go. They've got the roads blocked with buses. They intentionally burn to block the roads. The cartels are blocking the in and out because they know that some of these hostages have value for them. They have threatened if they don't get what they want. I don't know exactly what they've asked for. But the technology of the Jalisco cartel, this is the same group, by the way, that's been using teams to come into the United States. They're traveling teams that work for the cartels. They're using jamming technology to enter homes and disable alarms.
I got to add some information to you because I don't have all day because I got a snow thing.
Yeah.
So the U.S. and I think there's another country, they're only involved in providing information to Mexico. But the crazy part is, you know, when they arrested him, he was alive. He went on a plane with the Mexican army or wherever had him. He was alive. Somehow, during that flight, he died.
Interesting how that happens.
Yeah.
Huh?
So something fishy's going on, but I want to start
George,
showing.
there is an image I want to show the audience because I want to point something out. If you look at Media 7, that is a SAW, an M249 squad automatic weapon. I don't know if it's a clone. You can't tell because we can't see the identification. But likely that's a U.S. weapon. Now, we've already confirmed that this particular cartel has been buying lots of weapons on the dark web out of Afghanistan, direct contacts. They're buying stuff, as you guys know, South Africa, one of the largest producers of weapons in the world. They're buying weapons out of South Africa. They have lots of money. Of course, Biden helped with that. Of course, open borders helped with that. Fentanyl, car fentanyl. Right now, the U.S. State Department is telling American nationals in all parts of Mexico to seek shelter and remain in residences or tow. But I don't think that's going to help. And George, let's play some of these clips because you got some crazy clips of what's going on.
Yeah.
And there's also infighting. Not only are they attacking the government.
All right, I'm going to start
there's
playing
now
them.
leadership. Let me just add this, George. Very important. There's a leadership battle to take control of the Jalisco cartel, and they're also using an opportunity to attack all the other cartels. So there is a major firefights going on all over Mexico.
All right, here we go. I'm going to play back-to-back clips.
Verga, loco. Chinga tu madre. No mames.
And that was just yesterday. I don't know what's going on today with that. What else is going on? It's crazy.
It's worse.
But that's what happens when you let cartels run the country, right? They could have stopped this a long time ago. They were scared. They just wanted the money. But they're terrorists, and now you got to take them out. Now you got to deal with them. All right, Lance, we're going to talk about this socialist communist mayor in New York, Zohran Mamdani. Now, you remember the first snow? They're still reeling from the first storm. They haven't cleaned it up fully. There was garbage everywhere. Now here comes a bigger storm. How do you think he's expect to handle it? Who knows? But you voted for him, deal with it. But what's funny is they're hiring snow shovelers. So you got to go on the website, and he says you can sign up, but they're requiring 2 forms of ID. What? You got to show 2 forms of ID, but not to vote? What does that got to do with it? He's going on, federal law requires employers get documentation for their work. Well, federal law requires documentation to prove you're American citizen and vote. but doesn't care. This is the hypocrisy, and I got a list of hypocrisy right now. It's fun times.
There's been this controversy over the snow laborers and the sort of what some see as onerous need to have documentation. Can you just talk about if that's new and what you make of the controversy?
This is all long-standing. This is a long-standing program and long-standing requirements, and this is a way that New Yorkers get paid to shovel snow in assistance with the city's response to a winter storm event. Federal law requires that employers get authorization and documentation to pay people for their work. We are not allowed to just cut checks to individuals for their work. And these are the policies that we've had in place, but I understand that for many, it's the first time that they've ever heard about it.
But there's policies and laws in place to vote, bro. But you don't care.
Well, the Democrats in New York have often said voter ID is racist. I'm not sure how.
I think Democrats everywhere say that, don't they?
Well, but look, you have to use an ID to buy a gun. You have to use an ID to get on a plane in New York. Now you've got to use an ID, 2 IDs to get a job and get paid. Again, common sense.
So they think Democrats really think people are stupid. And I'm going to show a clip now of Governor Hochul. This is from 2024. She was at a conference and she's talking about young black kids in the Bronx. They don't even know what the word computer means. Hold on.
Young black kids growing up in the Bronx who don't even know what the word computer is. They don't know. They don't know these things. And I want the world open up to all of them, because when you have their diverse voices innovating solutions.
I mean, if that's not an insult, I don't know what is, because they all know what phones are, all the smartphones and stuff. But then it gets better. But you guys keep voting for these Democrats, these dumbass liberals. So now we got Gavin Newsom. Now this was, I think the other day. He looked like an idiot. And he's talking about, so we're talking about the SAVE Act, right? You need to prove, how he thinks it's unconstitutional. People don't have IDs, this and that. And he goes around saying that he doesn't even have a birth certificate. Gavin Newsom said he lost his birth certificate at 7 years old. Well, then how the hell did he get a license? How the hell did he get married twice? Marriage certificates. Without a birth certificate, you get your license and stuff. I don't know. Lance, I mean, does that make me stupid for not knowing it? Did you know that in California, you can go on the California's website and apply for your birth certificate?
I did not know that.
But here's the governor of California. And he's going to be running for president. Let me play it.
This is madness. Voter ID. It's not about voter ID. The SAVE Act's not about that. It's about registration. It's about proving your citizenship with a passport. Not everyone has a passport. I don't know where you know where your birth certificate is? I lost that at 7. I mean, I don't even know where to begin to get it back. So these guys are not screwing around.
Now, this is just he's a perfect example of how your typical politician will tell you anything you want to hear, lie to your ass, just to try to get your vote. And now it gets worse. Now, I don't know how he's going to, there should be a lot of backlash, but when he runs for president, Lance, all these commercials, they're going to be great ads. Because now he's insulting black people too. Because Gavin Newsom says he's got a low SAT score, and he also says that he can't read. How the hell is he governor if he can't read? This guy's going to be running for president, by the way. Just look at California, how fucked up it is.
I'm not trying to impress you. I'm just trying to impress upon you. I'm like you. I'm no better than you. I'm a 960 SAT guy. And I'm not trying to offend anyone, trying to act all there if you got 940. But literally a 960 SAT guy. I cannot, you've never seen me read a speech because I cannot read a speech. Maybe the wrong business to be in.
Would we really want a guy that got a 960 on the SAT run for president and maybe be installed? Does that even seem like a good idea, common sense? It's been a long time, but I think I got a 1480 or a 1490 on my combined SAT. Not that that's a great score. I think 1600 is perfect. But the point is, at the end of the day, I think that a guy that only got a 960 and now is alleging he can't read. So how is he going to run? How is he? First of all, I can't believe he's governor of California if that's true.
How's he sign documents if he doesn't read them?
Yeah. What does he do? He just puts his X. I mean, this is ridiculous. I don't believe any of it. I don't know what he got or didn't got, but what an insult to the minority community. Just terrible.
Well, they think they're all dumb and everything. So, I mean, it is an insult. But Lance, they told us time and time again we can't talk about Epstein. But what do we do, Lance? Talk about it.
I mean, we keep talking about the truth on this show. That's why you guys are here. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up, comment, share, and subscribe button. Leave a comment, get in the chat, leave a reply, and take that live link, share it far and wide. French modeling pimp and agent. Of course, you guys knew about the alleged serial rapist Jean-Luc Brunel. Was one of Epstein's friends, and of course, Epstein's pimp supposedly supplied thousands of girls during their interactions. Was close to Maxwell. But it looks like he was also going to be a snitch. Now, if you know anything about Jean-Luc Brunel, you know that he supposedly, I think, committed suicide in jail. Another questionable suicide. They seem to be all around Epstein at this point, all around Hillary Clinton. But here we are. This guy was going to testify. He was a powerful friend. He'd made lots of contacts and girls. He was kind of like the French Epstein. I guess Epstein said in an email that he had slept with over 1,000 of Brunel's girls. And it seems like everything we've seen so far confirms this. And if you see the photos, and there are lots of them, there's Maxwell. Of course, she was Epstein's in-house pimp, flashing both Brunel and Epstein on the Lolita Express. But he was a top model recruiter. And he was secretly negotiating with prosecutors in 2016, that's federal prosecutors, to testify against Epstein in exchange for immunity. Now, you tell me why they didn't put him into protective custody. Another fuck up by the DOJ and the FBI. He was going to name names. He was ready to do it. He was ready to cooperate. And he was wanting to cooperate because, of course, he was trying to get out of jail. But here we are. Epstein just kept going. Here's a guy, and now Brunel, he supposedly hanged himself in his cell. Why would a guy hang himself when he's in direct negotiations with federal agencies, which means he would have gotten immunity, and he would have gotten a pass for anything he participated on and probably knew how much he had? Tell me why he would commit suicide, George.
He wouldn't. Just like probably Epstein wouldn't commit suicide. Dershowitz said, he goes, if Epstein was really a Mossad agent or CIA, he would have got him off all them charges. Possible, but what Dershowitz fails to realize is when information gets out there and it's all of a sudden blows up, it's hard to pull the plug on that and just make it go away because he's a Mossad agent or working for them or an informant or whatever. So that's why, Dershowitz is out of touch. But
really quickly, I want to give people, for you guys
keep going.
out there.
We're good, Lance. Just finish it up. It's fine.
Yeah, emailed Epstein most directly released. The people that emailed Epstein the most. I want you to look at the top of the list. This has now been documented. Catherine Room-Lair, who was a former White House counsel, clearly had a very, very close relation with Epstein. These are send and receives. 11,265 emails. And you tell me she wasn't connected to the White House still? Here she is communicating with Epstein nonstop, probably providing counsel, making lots of money off him, I'm sure. But think about that. George, have you ever sent anybody send and receives 11,265 emails ever in your lifetime?
Probably not.
Okay, now look at these names on here. Lawrence Krauss, who's a well-known physicist, 7,500 emails. Thomas Pritzker, the Hyatt Hotels chairman, 5,000 emails. Adrian de Rothschild, who we know who the Rothschilds are.
Rothschild, I'm sorry, Lance. Krauss had 7,500. Rothschild is 5,500 emails.
Oh, okay. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Well, I see what I did there.
Yeah.
I apologize. But it goes on and on. How about U.S. former Treasury Secretary Larry Summers? 4,294 emails. How about Steve Bannon? Steve Bannon is all crickets. Roger Stone's been after him with a vengeance. 1,900 emails back and forth with Epstein. Here's another guy that I think is interesting. Bill Gates, 542 emails.
Then you have Elon Musk.
Hoffman. Yeah, Elon Musk is on the list for a lot of emails back and forth. Reid Hoffman, 1,737 emails.
Yo, go to the fourth one, Tom, from the top, Thomas Pritzker.
Yeah.
Is he related to J.D. Pritzker?
My understanding is, yes.
Oh, just saying.
Epstein emailed former counsel, in his and nobody knows what this really is. Listen to this. I spoke to Michael Kudish, Jean-Luc's friend. He said that attorney for victims, Bowie, got Jean-Luc full immunity and was taking him into U.S. attorney next Tuesday. He asked for $3 million so that Jean-Luc would not go in. So they were trying to get $3 million for Jean-Luc. I think the attorney was trying to get it, probably to pay Jean-Luc's bill. He was already negotiating, and here he is backdooring talking to Michael Kudish, who's talking to Epstein. I mean, this just gets worse. Now, George, you found something breaking about secret files in storage units?
Yeah, it just came out this morning, so I got briefly on it. They're saying Epstein hid secret files in storage units across the U.S. that may include unseen evidence of crimes. I wouldn't be surprised. Here it is. Those are files, and then there's a bunch of crap. I don't know. They're talking about his staff also discussed transporting some computers and CDs from his private island to the unit and wiping them. So, you know who knows probably a lot of all this? Ghislaine Maxwell.
Were these documents in the $3 million Epstein?
They don't know because I don't think they got to these documents yet. Have they found them? I'm not sure. The story just came out while we're on the show. So,
all right, unbelievable. Of course, the DOJ may have some answers. The FBI may have to answer the American public. I don't know if any of these are included. We've never heard about these before. This is a first off, so you guys can look around and see if by any chance these were included. I'll bet they weren't included. Because if he was storing them in storage lockers, that means it was probably some of the most compromising information, and he was keeping it as a get-out-of-jail-free card. I'm sure he had data on all the people that participated. And again, victims, but of course, no arrests on the participants. All right, listen, we love you guys. We've got plenty to do today. Of course, the Big Mig Show. If you love us, follow us. Hit that $5 subscription. Throw us a Rumble Rant tip. Follow us at a minimum on social media. You can find us at G. Valentine, Lance Migliaccio, and The Big Mig Show. You got any shows you'd like us to cover, hit us to info@thebigmig.com. If you'd like to sponsor the show, hit us up at info@thebigmig.com. Always looking for like-minded sponsors. Always trying to use that money to grow our show. And, of course, you'll catch us here tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard. George, last words. I know you got show to shovel.
Show to shovel? What?
Snow to shovel. I said show to snuvel.
Yeah, I do. And you got to take your mama to the
doctor's appointment.
And then we have something to do today. We have a busy week today. It's a crazy week this week. All right, everybody. Catch you tomorrow. Peace out. Love you guys. We got to go.
I might have to let it drop. Said, got it. Had to put it back again. Like said, had to put it.
Are you ready to stand up for your community and support your local sheriff? Join the Constitutional Sheriffs and Peace Officers Association and become a vital member of the Sheriff's Citizens Posse. At CSPOA.org, we empower citizens like you through weekly webinars, arming you with the knowledge to back your constitutional county sheriff. Together, we can uphold our Constitution and ensure liberty and justice for all. Your community needs you now more than ever. Visit CSPOA.org and join the Sheriff's Citizens Posse today. Make a difference. Stand for freedom. That's CSPOA.org. Your country, your fight, your future.
What if you could predict your financial future? And what if you could trade on it? Introducing Block Trust IRA. The future in your hands. An astonishing 88,000 millionaires were created last year from the Bitcoin boom, and you could be next. Block Trust IRA is the only crypto management firm powered by AI-driven strategies ranked #1 in the world by Bitcoin Magazine. The Block Trust IRA platform is built for everyone, from first-time buyers to seasoned investors. Predictive AI technology that was once only reserved for insiders and elites is now available to you. It's time to leave the old buy and hold strategies behind. Your assets are protected with military-grade security, offline cold storage, and $200 million in insurance. Visit BlockTrustIRA.com to book your free consultation and ask how to claim up to $2,500 in deposit bonuses today. Bitcoin changed the game. AI changes the strategy.
Hi folks, I'm here today to introduce you to the Prepper Bar from PrepperBar.com, the most unique precious metals product we have seen in a long time. These 62-gram bars are perforated and easily broken down into your choice of 3 different sizes to fit a multitude of needs. Whether it be from asset protection from inflation, economic turmoil, or its unique utility for barter and trade, the Prepper Bar makes a perfect gift for all the precious metal lovers out there. Exclusively made here in the USA and selling out fast. Available in both gold and silver, these slim Prepper Bars fit neatly in your wallet, and their utility enables use in any situation.
Forged through rigorous training and honed by the finest instructors on earth, these canine units serve beside our nation's warriors as they fight to preserve what we cherish. When these warriors complete their duty, the Warrior Dog Foundation provides them with a home deserving of the service they've given us all. At our state-of-the-art kennels, they receive rehabilitation and care suitable for heroes, because that's what they are. Be a part of giving them a future today. Visit WarriorDogFoundation.org.